it wasn't just one group. It wasn't just the executives answering all the questions. It was everybody in the room. We were equals sitting in that room.
The entire process was very insightful. It was really amazing how the two companies came together, identified a core set of values, and from that identified the campaign and the brand.
You know, as a salesperson, to have my voice heard at the table with executives and VPs really speaks volumes about that they wanted to have all voices heard, and all voices were heard as a part of this process. I thought it was going to be a name first and a brand and a culture later, and it really wasn't. We all spent most of our time talking about what we wanted the culture of the company to be and what it was. And what really surprised me about the process was how similar our cultures are.
Understanding the cultures of both companies, I think that a lot of people thought that the cultures were going to be radically different, and it turns out that they're not. They're very similar. I think that's one of the things that people that went through the branding sessions came out with, is how similar the companies were in trying to put the customer first.
I think had we unilaterally decided on a brand, I don't know that we would have been able to create a merger culture. I think it would have felt like an acquisition one way or the other. So to go through the process, come out with a new name, I think really gave us a strong foundation of a merger.
What we found through the process was that we were creating a brand through a shared culture, and had a lot of like-minded conversations about wanting to always do the best thing for the customer, wanting to win, and not the winning of just from the sales perspective, but from every single facet of the organization, because without all of us winning together, we all lose.
The best thing about the branding process to me was working with the teams. We had cross-functional teams from frontline employees to senior executives. And when you think about branding, you a lot of times think of boring market research, which is very important, which we did. But the most important part to me were the brand workshops. It was a collaborative process, it was an innovative process, it was a creative process, and it was a challenging process. And ultimately coming to a consensus was a very exciting time for me.
The like-mindedness and the wanting to always win and do the best thing for the customer and do the best thing for the company, it really didn't feel like two separate companies coming together throughout the process. It felt like one team from the very beginning.
Working together as a team, as a true merger of equals, and thinking deeply about what we wanted this new company to stand for in the marketplace, and what would govern our work together so that we could deliver excellent customer service.
This was a very creative, fun environment, and we used outside facilities, and it allowed us to move very rapidly through some very difficult and challenging issues, and we came to some very collaborative and exciting outcomes.
The best thing was that it was fun. It is probably one of the most fun things I have ever done in my career.